At the heart and soul of everything that is happening, ladies and gentlemen, in the world today, the driving force behind it is an ancient, secret religion that has as one of its tenets that there is a superior race. Not superior because God said that they were superior, or that God was pleased with them and made them his chosen people. And don't misunderstand me, folks. I'm not talking about Jews. I'm talking about the collective body of the Anglo-Aryan race that calls itself the Illuminati. Their exoteric version of this religion is British Israelism, Zionism. There are many more Zionists that are Christians than are Jews. And most Jews don't buy into any of this baloney, ladies and gentlemen, don't even have the slightest idea what I'm talking about any more than most of you do. George Bush is one of these people. George Bush is not a Jew. The Pope is one of these people. The Pope is not a Jew. So don't compound the problem by thinking that you know exactly what it is that I'm talking about, because I can assure you that you don't. NASA is a great part of this deception.
Good evening. You're listening to the Hour of the Time. I'm William Cooper. Once again, folks, make sure that you have pen and paper by your side, because once again we're going to talk about something that you need to know, and something that also some people are going to find extremely controversial. Be that as it may, we're still going to talk about it. I'm tired. We took the dogs up on top of the mountain today to run and play in the deep snow, and got stuck twice, and that's with a four-wheel drive vehicle. It was a lot of fun, and I worked my tail off getting out of there. So I'm a little bit sore and very tired. So I hope they'll take that into consideration if I make some mistakes tonight. We're going to be discussing British Israelism, known in this country as Christian identity. It is a racist doctrine that proclaims a master race, descended from the house of David, actually farther back than that. They claim that they are the descendants of Seth, and that everybody else in the world are the descendants of Cain. And if you ain't one of them, you ain't nothing. You ain't nobody, and they don't want you around. Simple as that. They're racist in everything that they do and say, although if you ask them about it, they will tell you that they are racialist. And that they really don't have any objections to other races, they just don't want to live with them. And I'm here to tell you that's the biggest bunch of BS you ever heard in your life. If these people ever came to a position of real power, by real power I mean control, they would destroy anyone who doesn't believe as they believe, who doesn't look like they look, and isn't of their race. Now, I'm not just whistling Dixie here, folks. I've studied these people for a long time. I didn't even really know they existed until I started doing my radio broadcast. And all of a sudden I started getting pamphlets and books and letters of congratulations from these people who all thought for some reason that because I opposed the tyranny of those who would destroy this country, that I was somehow one of them. And when they found out that I was not, that I was part Native American, and that I was married to a Chinese woman, I got baskets full and bushels full and big boxes full of the most vicious, vile, despicable, uncouth hate mail that I ever imagined anyone could ever get in their entire life, or that ever existed. I just simply did not know that this type of thing was going on. And they even attacked my wife and children for no reason at all other than they are who they are. And so I thought, gee, I better find out who these people are really quick, because they're dangerous. They want to destroy my children simply because they're not pure Aryan. Now that made me very angry, and makes a lot of other people angry also. They claim that they are the true Israelites. Now this is the strangest claim I've ever heard in my life, ladies and gentlemen, because I've never met one of these people who speaks Hebrew, who actually celebrates the actual Hebrew holidays that the Israelites practiced. They can't read Hebrew, and they mistranslate all the time. Of course, they mistranslate in their favor. But nevertheless, they mistranslate all the time. They'll take somebody else's translation and twist the meaning to mean what they want it to mean, because they don't really understand the original Hebrew. They are descendants of Northern Europeans. Now this is really easy to research, folks. Anybody can do it. You can go back and research the records of the Roman Empire when they went into Northern Europe, when they met the Celts and the Picts and the Gauls and the Teutonic tribes of Germany. These were not Hebrews, ladies and gentlemen. They were not the descendants of Hebrews at all. These were wild men. And I mean wild in every sense of the word. They went into battle stark naked, covered with clay. The Picts were famous for that. I could go on and on and on. They were steeped in nature worship. None of the original religious aspect of the Hebrews came into play with any of these tribes whatsoever. Another strange claim by these people, the British Israelites, is that they are the original progenitors, so to speak, the creators of civilization. Yet in the Middle East, in Africa, and in Asia, there were great civilizations that existed long before these people ever even learned to put a loincloth on, much less become civilized. Their answer to that is that they descended from those Eastern and Middle Eastern civilizations, and that they arrived in Northern Europe by some great circuitous route of migration. That doesn't wash either, ladies and gentlemen. If you study these people, you'll find that they most probably came, and I'm talking about the Northern Europeans, they most probably, according to scientists, but you can't really trust them either. You see, they say the American Indians came to North America across a land bridge from Siberia, and they're really Mongols who changed over a period of time and became North American Indians. What we call Indians, they're not Indians at all. They're just North Americans. But the American Indians say that that's not true. They have their own history, and they dispute that. And modern science has a way of changing its story through the years anyway. But they say that the Northern Europeans actually migrated from India. Now, I've been to India several times in my life, ladies and gentlemen, and I haven't seen anybody in the country of India, even in the highest caste groups, that resemble Northern Europeans. Sorry, but there just isn't anybody there who has that kind of resemblance. The ancient Hebrews did not look like Northern Europeans either. Good evening, you're on the air.
Fuck you, bitch.
Oh, there's a Freemason showing his true colors. Did you hear what he said? No one else would have done such a thing, ladies and gentlemen, because we're not talking about anything else, and we are not revealing anyone else. So there you have an example of the true colors of one of these subversive, mindless, robot puppet twits. 520-333-4578. He didn't even have the guts to refute the facts. And none of them do with me. They can do it with someone who doesn't know, or when they're playing a game with another one of their own, such as Art Bell. But they can't ever, and will not ever, do it with me. They haven't got the guts. Because I open up my vast library of their own works here, and I quote their own greatest authors, greatest writers, and greatest speakers until they are left absolutely dumbfounded and driven into the dust. You poor, miserable, ignorant twit. Gutless, coward is what you were by doing such a thing. And you actually talk about the the rules of the lodge, that you must lead such wonderful moral lives. One of the oaths, ladies and gentlemen, says that they will honor and protect the wives and daughters of their fellow brothers of the lodge, but all other women are fair game. 520-333-4578.